Well, many of us are going to be filing our income taxes soon. Some of us already done it. Kristen Curry, if you, though, have an income of $54,000 a year or less in your household, with those 65 years and older, you can take advantage of a free service from Tax Help New Mexico.
Jeffrey Ledbetter is here to explain this very resourceful program. I mean, I'm sure a lot of ears perked up at home thinking, I need help. How do I get involved? And there's some qualifications there, right?
Well, just as you mentioned a second ago, it's a household income of $54,000 or less. We do have an emphasis on people over 65 as well that we try to take care of as well. But for the most part, our emphasis is on a group of folks that can't necessarily afford to pay for their own tax preparation. And we want them to get the maximum potential out of their taxes, just like somebody who would pay somebody to get their taxes. And so this service is a volunteer program. We train and get these people up to speed. And interestingly enough, as the free service with our volunteers, we're the only ones that actually have to pass and get through an IRS certification exam.
Really?
So we're all actually certified through the IRS to prepare a certain level of tax returns. Everybody in the program is. And again, it's a volunteer program that's just set up to help low-income folks get their taxes done and maximize their refunds.
Because it can be, honestly, it can be very expensive when you do hire a CPA, and sometimes, you know, it's much easier. I'm in a situation that fortunately I can hire someone that can take care of it, but as you said, folks that may not be able to do it, it might eat into their clothing budget, as we were talking about
exactly,
during the break,
and that's exactly what we're trying to do. And there's the thing about taxes is it's sort of death in taxes. It's a necessity that everybody has to take care of. You can't, it's a responsibility whether you have the money to pay to get them done or whether you don't have the money to pay to get them done. And so if you do have the money to pay to get it done, somebody else can kind of figure out your problems for you and ask some of the questions that you don't know what to ask. But if you can't afford somebody, then we're trying to provide that question asking person to make sure they get all the proper information and the proper credits. And then the services that are available to folks who can't afford, let's say, a high-priced CPA or anything like that, still cost a lot of money. You still have to go in there, and it's going to take, if you're going to get a refund of $500, that service is going to take, if not half, maybe a little more of that refund. And when you're trying to make rent and we're trying to do a few other things, that half of a refund is something that we want you to hang on to, and that's kind of the basics of the program.
Now, if there's a viewer at home thinking, I qualify, I want to get involved, how many slots is there? I mean, is this something that fills up quickly? Where do I go to find more?
Obviously, the unfortunate part of this is there is way more demand than supply. We're at 26 locations around the state of New Mexico. Here in Albuquerque, we're located primarily at the CNM campuses, main campus, Montoya campus, South Valley campus. There are other locations as well. You can find all of our information at taxhelpnm.org, so that's the easiest way to find out what's going on. But yeah, it's at the beginning of the tax season, at the end of the tax season. It's very busy at the beginning, so it's kind of first come, first serve, come early. Quite honestly, the best time to come is during the middle of tax season. At the beginning of the tax season is the people who really need their money come, and it's crowded. And at the end of the tax season, it's the people who have to pay. So if you can get in that middle section in there, then that's a
and right now would kind of be considered that middle section.
We're moving into that. We're moving into that section right now, and we're kind of over the first big waves. It's still very busy because, again, our supply and demand is kind of skewed a little bit. We have way more demand than supply. One of the ways we're trying to offset that supply and demand difference is, for the first time this year, we're offering a mid-season training for people. We get a lot of response from people who say, wow, I'm sitting here waiting to get my taxes done. How do I get involved in the program? And we say, oh, well, we train in December and January. And by the time that December and January rolls back around, we lose touch. We miss the people. So we decided this year to have a mid-season training. And so again, if you have any interest in being involved, learning how to do your taxes, learn a skill, this is an actual professional skill that we will train you up to the level of an IRS certification.
Wow.
That's great. It's a great program for seniors who want to keep active, they're mentally active kind of thing. This is a very good social thing. I'm, like I said, looking for anybody who wants to participate, as well as taking care of those who need their taxes done.
Well, we do appreciate the service that you
guys.
provide. Again, guys, if you want more information on how you can take advantage of this tax help from Tax Help New Mexico, just head over to foxnewmexico.com.